Hi guys, welcome to the Behind the Plate podcast. I have a couple of new girls with me this week. I believe this is episode 5 now, so we've been at it for a little over a month and things are going really well. We just continue to get better and the girls continue to be really adamant about it and they love doing it. I hear from all people across campus, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves and then we'll get started. So do name, major, hometown, and position.
I'm Baylee King. My major is kinesiology. I'm from Commerce, Oklahoma, and I'm a utility.
I'm Kennedy Wilkie. I'm from Silent Springs, Arkansas. I'm a communications major, and I play third base.
Okay.
Infield.
Okay. I know Siloam Springs from, I try to do a little thing where I, can connect to everybody, but I don't know nothing about Oklahoma girls, so I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
But Siloam Springs is where I go to church camp some summers.
Camp Siloam?
Yes.
Yep, that's where people mostly know it for.
Yep. So it's like a smaller town.
Yeah, it is smaller. There's not a lot.
Yeah.
Just Fayetteville. Mostly
it's
people know. Yeah.
However, I do know a lot of kinesiology majors. I just remembered that. So, so for your first question, I kept up with your first win this weekend. Yeah. I was so proud. So proud. I was at baseball and I literally jumped up out of my chair and I was like, and everyone was like, this is the 7th inning. What do you mean? And I'm like, not this team.
Yeah.
But you guys played UAM at UAM. So just tell me a little bit about how the game went and what put you guys over the top.
So I just think it was really big because we bounced back. We were 0-2 in the series, so I think it was really good. We bounced back, and I think the big thing for us, we made adjustments at the plate. We got the timely hits. I feel like we just came together more as a team, and we started to trust each other. We made the plays. So I think we just started to kind of click, connect, but I think for the most part, we made adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We came out hitting instead of waiting until the 5th inning or the 7th inning even. So that was probably the biggest thing for us that day.
Yeah, and I think I would say too, I think we really took advantage of their pitching when they're pitching. Their pitching was kind of struggling a little bit, and I think we really took advantage of that. And shout out to Riley. She laid down the best drag bunt you ever seen, the best. And that kind of got them riled up, caused chaos in field, and just gave us opportunity to score and jump on top of them. So.
Nice. I saw a lot of bunting this weekend at baseball, and I feel like you don't see a lot of bunting anymore these days in either sport, and so I think it was just a bunting weekend all around.
No, yeah.
And I heard about that bunt actually from because I always follow along on the box score. I'll look at it afterwards, and I saw that, and I was like, interesting. But yeah, I think it's funny not funny, but I think it's really strategically interesting when a bunt like that does so good.
Yeah,
because usually you wouldn't really expect a bunt to do that, but when it is done really well like that, I think it's neat.
Yeah, it causes some chaos in the field, causes some thinking.
Yeah,
so it's good.
So as a women's sports team, there's not a singular one of you on the team, and softball is a little watch sport here at Ouachita. The big ones are football, basketball, and baseball. How do you deal with fan noise, and what techniques help you block it out and just realize whatever is said, is it true, doesn't matter, it shouldn't, hit you the wrong way? Or
I mean, other people's words don't define how well we could do and the potential that we have. So I feel going into each game, our coach always tells us, we have nothing to lose, and that's so true. We have nothing to lose.
I think for me, I don't think I've really struggled with fan noise affecting me because I think my time as an athlete, I feel like I've blocked it out really well just because I'm always locked in and focused on the game. So I just even when I'm batting, people are hey Kenny, we were screaming, did you hear it? And I was no, because that's just how focused I'm in. So I don't think it's really affected me.
But I think that the whole you have nothing to lose thing is really smart that he tells you. I mean, you already have a place on the team. You already have a scholarship here at school. You're getting an education. Nothing can really take that away if you lose a game. And so I think that's really smart. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone really saying that because a lot of pro athletes are oh, you have some things to lose or whatever, but I think at the college level that's really smart, a smart decision on the coach's part.
Yeah, it's really important for us to keep that in the back of our head at all times.
So I've heard you guys love snacks. I also love snacks. As you saw my Ziploc bag of multiple snacks when you came in. So what are your go-to road trip snacks, game snacks, midnight snacks? Like, I have a plethora of snack subsections, so.
I'd say for me on road trip, I'm a candy girly. I love my chocolate. I'm a chocolate girl. I'd say my go-to snack is Crunch. Crunch bar is super underrated.
Oh, okay.
Super underrated, yeah. But I mean, that's my go-to. I just like my sweet treats, so like anything sweet. But
On the road, I usually eat like the veggie straws and goldfish. That's my road trip.
I love Cheez-Its. Speaking of goldfish, I love Cheez-Its. I like all the different kinds. The snapped, the grooves, the regular, the
Snaps.
they're so good. Are you a white cheddar or like a regular cheddar?
Regular cheddar.
I like both. Or the cheddar jack. Oh, I love cheddar jack Cheez-Its. I like candy too. I'm a sour candy person.
yeah,
And so, like the sour straws or
those are
anything
good
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
Sour Skittles I can't do because if I eat too many, they give me a sore in my mouth.
Oh,
But I love candy.
yeah.
On
Me
like
too.
like on a super long road trip, like to the beach with my family, some summers I'll definitely get candy.
No, yeah.
But like going on like just a like day road trip or something, I like, you know, like chocolate is simple.
Yeah.
Or like Muddy Buddies. I love Chex Mix.
yes.
Love Chex Mix. So I'm right there with you on the snacks. I love a good snack. I don't even really eat meals anymore. I feel like I just eat
a
snacks.
snacker.
Yeah, because I eat all day. So tell me the funniest thing you've witnessed on a bus ride to a game, team bonding.
I guess team bonding, like in the fall we took a float trip, like totally unplanned by us. Our coach just told us like 10 minutes before we had to leave, like, hey, we're going floating.
It was raining that day.
Yeah, it was raining. Half of our floaties popped. Like, it was.
Did y'all float the Caddo?
Which one was it? I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah, okay.
But bus rides really haven't been like super funny because they've been so long. Everybody just falls asleep.
I'd just say, like, you know, you catch someone like sleeping with their mouth open or snoring, or in my case, if you wake up with a picture of yourself sleeping on your phone, you know, that's a fun surprise to wake up to.
I did the freshman outdoor orientation trip as like a leader before school started this year. And you go, like, and you camp out in the woods. Well, it decided to storm the whole time we were out there. So my poor girls had their tent flooded, and I had my tent flooded. It was just a whole thing. But we also decided to float the river in the rain one day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my floaty popped that day also. So maybe we were out there at the same time. Because I was like, man, this sounds really familiar. Like, I'm having like deja vu right now. I just like had to hold on to someone's floaty as we're floating across the river, and the water was freezing.
No, yeah, the water was freezing. And we didn't eat yet, so I feel like we were all kind of...
Oh, yeah. I was like trying to hold myself above my floaty while I still had it so I wouldn't get wet. It didn't work out for me. And then I just floated into some trees and
it's not fun either, but
no. So how do you handle the pressure of being a role model and inspiring others both on and off the field? Like, I don't know if you guys have younger siblings or anything, but
I don't see it as pressure necessarily. I see it more as like an opportunity to pass down like wisdom or skill set or knowledge to younger athletes. Like, I know, like, after I graduate, I want to give lessons, like, so just to kind of pass back that knowledge and inspiration to younger athletes. That's how I see it. I don't see it necessarily as pressure, but that's just mine.
She's like, yep, that's great. You got that one nailed on the head. I have a lot of younger siblings, and so I know that my mom is always like, they're looking up to you, and I'm not even an athlete. Like, I just do school. I just do school, and I do this, and she's always like, you don't know it, but they're looking up to you. And I'm like, why are they watching me? Like, I'm probably the dumbest person they could watch in some spots. But, like, they're all smart, like, really smart on their own, and so I think it's neat just because, like, I'm so much older than a couple of them, and so it's, like, neat to watch them from here at college, like, from afar.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like I'm a role model for them, but at the same time, they're a role model for me. Because, like, growing up in such a technologically advanced age as we are these days is, like, really weird. Because I was not an iPad kid growing up because we didn't really have that yet. But my little brother is, like, on his Xbox, like, 24/7. And I'm like, I'll call my mom and be like, he hasn't called me in, like, months. Is he alive still? And she's like, yeah. I was like, you've turned him into an iPad kid, haven't you? So, like, it's just neat to be, you know, like, on both sides of that coin. I think it's really neat. And, like, I don't know, like, the fan base, I feel like, at your games is not a lot of super young ones.
Yeah.
I don't think that I see.
Like, I'd say more, like, parents and family, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, the athletic communications director, Brian, his little boys are there sometimes, and they're so cute. Like, he's the one that goes and catches the fly balls that, like, run out of the park. And, like, there was a couple of weekends ago when he was, like, they were all hit at him, like, over and over and over again. And at one point, he tried to legitimately catch them, and I thought they were going to hit him. I was so worried. But, like, he just kept it going. He was so proud of himself, too. It was so cute. But, like, I think it's, like, since there are not a lot of younger kids at the games, when there are like that, I think it's really neat for them to see you guys. Like, if it's a win or a loss, no matter how you act afterwards, you're always going to pray with the other team. Yeah. You're always going to get your field maintenance done. Like, I think it's, you know, you guys might not know it, but you are, like, rubbing off on some of them, and I think it's neat because you don't realize it, and neither do they. So.
Yeah, and we have Finley, which is Coach Kuntz's
baby.
So, I mean, we always have to be, like, on our best behavior and making sure that we're not influencing her to make any bad decisions, even though she is turning 1 on Sunday.
Oh, happy birthday! I saw them at a Mexican restaurant here in town earlier this week. I was like, she's so cute. She goes, she smells like dirt. Don't touch her.
But yeah, she's growing up around us, so you gotta make sure, like, we're always doing the right thing.
Setting a good example.
Yeah. It's neat to have, like, little teen babies like that. I think it brings such a cool atmosphere around. Like, my mom raised all of my siblings on a softball field at some point, and she was a dugout mom, and so, like, there was always a baby in the dugout, and so I always think it's really neat.
That's neat.
I already asked that question. Oh well. So, if you could switch any places with any athlete for the day, who would it be and why? And you have to have different answers. You can't have the same.
Yeah, don't copy me.
Okay.
Don't take my answer.
Mine would have to be Danielle Gibson. So she is now the coach at Arkansas. One of the coaches. She played at Arkansas, stud, like, All-American, and now she actually plays for Athletes Unlimited. She plays pro now. And fun fact, I actually had hitting lessons there. Like, I would go to her for hitting lessons, so, like, I know her more on, like, a personal level and all that. So I just, like, look up to her personally as a role model, just, like, her, like, you know, uplifting me, like, helping me be a better athlete mentally, physically, and just, you know. So I just think that's super cool, you know, so.
I love keeping up with Arkansas softball, like the coaches, the players, and so as soon as you said that, I was like, oh my god, I know who that is. And it doesn't have to be a softball athlete if you don't want it to, but.
Well, I was gonna say Jenny Finch. Like, I'm not a pitcher. I'm not a pitcher, but she played for the USA team. She played in college and for pro, and now that she's, like, grown, she has kids. Like, it would be nice to see, like, what life is outside of all of that. So that's.
I follow her on the Instagram, and I see it all. I see her posting, like, her children. And I'm like, that's crazy. You are literally an Olympian. Like, it's funny to see Olympians, like, have real lives outside of their sport, because I feel like that's so much training. Like, that's so much, like, things that you go and have to compete at, and so much, like, just outdoor training that you have to do yourself, or outside of it training. And so that's crazy. She has 2 kids.
She does.
Time flies.
Literally, I could never. So now I have just a question for each of you. It's different, and if you both want to like talk about each other's questions after the one that I ask it to answers, you can. It doesn't matter. But I'll start with Baylee. Who is on your ultimate softball starting roster? Players, dead people, celebrities. Give it to me.
Starting 9?
Yes.
Okay. So my pitcher is Jenny Finch. My catcher is Kenzie Hansen. My third base is Bailey Klingler. Shortstop is Grace Lyons. Second base is Sydney Romero. First base is Danielle Gibson. Left field is Riley Boone. Center field is Sierra Briggs. She's a Golden Glove girl. And right field is Jada Coleman.
Okay.
And then the coaches are Patty Gasso and Courtney Deifel. And DP for the pitcher is Jocelyn Allo.
Okay.
You had this all thought out.
It's basically the OU softball team.
Yeah,
it's
pretty much.
Because of this.
Pretty much.
Boy.
Yeah.
No comment. No comment.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, they are a good team.
Yeah, they are good. Hey, they just lost their 70-game winning streak.
She said it does not matter. They are back-to-back-to-back champions.
Exactly.
Lost to the
I
Raging.
other people.
Lost to the Raging Cajuns.
Okay.
Oh gosh, that made me cry a little bit, but in a good way. Okay, Kennedy, what's a common myth about softball that you would like to set straight?
First of all, there's nothing soft about a softball. Like,
It's fair.
I don't know if like people actually like think it's soft, but there's nothing soft. Like, I have bruises up and down my legs from getting smoked from the ball, all that, and I think, I walk around in shorts and people are like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like, it's so bad. But anyways, another thing I think is like a lot of people think like baseball and softball are like the same, but there's so many different rules. Like, the pitching's different. Like, obviously, like the pitching mechanics for baseball, like, and like the bases for baseball are farther than softball, and just like obviously the ball's different. Like, you know, but that's like people think that's the only like difference between baseball and softball, but there's so many different things. So
yeah, I remember growing up and like I bruise easily as it is, but when I get hit with a ball, my mom's like, people are gonna think I'm beating you, like, and I'm like, no, just a sport, like, don't worry about it, Mom. And like, I work for broadcast, obviously, and so I watch every single sport at this college practically, or like I've worked it at some point, and like, obviously, you know, women's basketball and men's basketball, they have their differences. Like, women's soccer and men's soccer have their differences. Swimming and diving have, I mean, that's pretty much the same, actually. Never mind. But the swimming and diving part are different, but the men's and women's, they're pretty much the same. Like, oh gosh, what are they called? Like, the relays and things. Like, those are the, like, the, how far they go. There we go. The distance, that's what I'm looking for. Those are pretty much the same. But, like men's baseball and women's softball, like, you don't have to say that because it's just softball and baseball. Like, there's no really I mean, there are girls in D1 colleges that'll play baseball, but like they've grown up in that, you know, and they might not have had the opportunity to play softball growing up. And so I think, like, talking about how all the differences, like, people don't realize, like, I have found myself, like, as a student director this year, having to teach people what the differences are between each sport, and like I have to like patiently, you know, just sit myself back and I'm like, they don't know, like, you're gonna have to tell them, because like from an outsider's point of view, it is really similar. Like, the fields are played on dirt and grass, but like in different, you know, strides. Like you said, the bases, the fences, stealing.
Baseball, they start off the bag, and softball.
If you step off the bag in softball, you're out.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I remember the first time I ever played softball, and that was like the rule or whatever, and I didn't know that rule, and I just stepped off the bag and they were like, you're out, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, the coach told me to get a lead off, and he goes, that's not what I meant. But yeah, I remember that my first time with that rule. like you said, the pitching is very different.
Very different.
Like they say, underhand is it's a little better than overhand pitching.
Yeah, but it's closer to, than baseball.
Much. Yeah, like it's not, like, health-wise, it's not that different because they can both tear up your shoulder so bad. Like, the gear is different. Like, I've never seen a baseball player wear a face mask, or their helmets are different, bats are way different, the ball itself, and so
the fields are way bigger.
Yes, like, I think it's neat to look at all those differences, and, like, now that I've, told myself you have to be patient with your workers and teach them, like, it's, like, a little fun, because, like, it's actually a sport that I know what I'm talking about, or sports, like it. Yeah. You guys know what I'm saying. There we go. And that I know what I'm talking about, and so I really like that aspect of it. Like, I'm getting to teach these younger ones who don't know everything about these sports yet, or don't know even, like, simple things about them yet, that I'm getting to teach them, and they're learning as they're working, which is always, it's like what Washington does. They want you to have a hands-on experience.
Yeah.
So, you guys play at home this weekend. Mm-hmm. Your games have been pushed back to Saturday and Sunday now. Yeah. I learned today. Who are you guys playing again?
Arkansas Tech.
That's what I thought. I knew it was another green team. Mm-hmm. I knew it was green. Yeah. You guys, I want to say the last time you played them was at Arkansas Tech last season.
Yes.
You guys lost that series.
Yeah.
It was it 1 and 2? Or
1 and 2.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. So you guys might have, an upper hand this weekend going into it. Hopefully, you guys can come out on top. We always want you to come out on top. And hopefully keep up your series wins like you did this last weekend. I was so proud. I really was. I was like, but yeah, do you guys have anything that you're worried about or nervous about for this weekend? Or, like, you're a freshman going in, have you ever watched Arkansas Tech play, or?
No, I haven't watched Arkansas
Tech. You're from Oklahoma. I wouldn't expect that, honestly. I completely forgot. But you're a sophomore. Like, what do you remember from last season, or, like, what do you think you would take in with you this weekend?
I'd just say come out, like, ready, attack early, like, at the plate. Just be ready. They throw, like, a lot, like, of strikes, like first pitch strikes, and just come out and be ready, be aggressive, but also be disciplined. Just make the plays. I mean, I know it sounds simple, but just making the plays and just backing our pitchers up. And
I went to high school with one of their catchers, and I think she'll be playing this weekend, so I will be rooting for you guys, though, as your biggest fan. As I said in my questions here that I sent you, I was like, as your biggest fan. But yeah, so if you see me talking to the enemy, don't look the other way. Just look the other way. But I wish you guys good luck this weekend. I will be there working, so I'll be there. I'll be the crazy lady, like, yelling, screaming at you, like, hi guys. So, like, if you act like you don't know me, I wouldn't, be mad at you for that. But I'll see you girls this weekend. I hope that the rain goes away and it's not cold. And,
we just need to carry that momentum from this last win and carry it forward.
Yes. And I feel like that momentum will help you guys get a big stride out starting this weekend.
For sure.
Do you guys have the single game first or the doubleheader? I think it's the doubleheader.
Yes, a doubleheader.
Okay.
I think we played 2 and 4 on Saturday
and
noon on Sunday. Yeah. Well, I wish you girls good luck. Thank you so much for talking with me. I had so much fun. I'll see you guys this weekend.
See ya.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.
Of course.